And so people redirect their emotional energy toward the big, flashy, obvious emergencies. Most of the time, those reside within the people who cry out and reach out often for help. And so you become the background stability. And that stability gets appreciated, but it doesn't always get prioritized. Hi, my friend. Welcome to the Bounce Back Black Woman podcast. I'm Dell, and I've overcome some of the most devastating heartbreaks I could ever have imagined. Do you find yourself stuck in sadness after a broken heart, asking God, why me? Well, I'm here to help women just like you heal and build the resilience to overcome life's greatest hurts. If you long for joy and confidence again, this podcast is for you. So grab your headphones and those heartbreaks. Let's talk. Hey there, my friend, and welcome back to Bounce Back Black Woman. The other night, I was doing what most of us do when we probably should be asleep, scrolling on TikTok. And one of my favorite young Black woman creators came across my feed. I love her content because she speaks directly to women who feel heartbroken or stuck or overlooked, just like I do on this podcast. I learned so much from her, especially because she's an entirely different generation than I. And in this particular video, she talked about being the strong one, the reliable one, the dependable one, the one who checks on everybody else. And she said something about how sometimes it's the strong one who feels unimportant to the other people in her life. And I froze because I have felt that. I have felt unimportant, not incapable, not unloved, not unsupported in this dramatic sort of way, just simply unimportant. And those are two very different things, my friend. I want to explain them. And so today we are talking about that quiet heartbreak. The one that doesn't get posted about. The one that doesn't get sympathy pouring in from others. The one that the strong friend seems to carry silently. I have been the one who remembers the birthdays, checks in after doctor's appointments, sends the just thinking about you texts, organizes the plans, makes the impromptu phone calls to say, hey, what's up? Hosts the holidays, encourages the woman going through her divorce, and prays for the friend who feels stuck. And I've done that even in seasons when my own heart was barely holding it together. Seasons like widowhood or divorce or starting over financially. Lonely nights in a quiet house. And I remember very clearly thinking, it feels like if I don't do the reaching out, no one else will. And I didn't think that from an anger standpoint. I thought that from experience. So sometimes I purposely stopped initiating, not to punish anyone, not to test anyone, not to create unnecessary drama. I stopped initiating just to see what would happen. And at times, the silence was loud, overwhelmingly loud. No, hey, how are you? No, I'm just calling to check in. No, are you good over there? And here's the part that's even harder to admit. It didn't just make me feel lonely. It made me feel small. It made me feel like my presence was useful, but not valuable. And those are two different things. Like I mattered when I was giving, but I somehow disappeared when I was still. And that realization, that is a different kind of heartbreak. I felt unimportant. And when you're used to being the strong one, that feeling hits deeper than people even realize. So let's break this down, because it isn't random, friend. This is patterned. And here's the pattern. Number one, the assumption trap. When you are resilient, when you have survived hard things, when you carry yourself with composure, people assume that you are fine. They assume that you don't need much. They assume that you'll ask if something's wrong. They assume that you are built for pressure and can overcome it. And they assume that you've got support somewhere else, from someone else. But here's what people don't often understand. Strong women rarely announce their breaking point because we power through, we compartmentalize, we self-regulate, and we put on a brave mask. And the better that we do that, the more invisible our needs become to others. Number two, competence creates distance. And this one is subtle. So I want you to listen and dig in deeply. The more competent you are, the less people feel urgency around you. If your car breaks down, you'll figure it out, and they know you will. If you're overwhelmed, you'll manage because they've seen you do it before. If you're grieving, you'll process it privately. And so people redirect their emotional energy toward the big, flashy, obvious emergencies. Most of the time, those reside within the people who cry out and reach out often for help. And so you become the background stability. And that stability gets appreciated, but it doesn't always get prioritized. Number three, the role that you didn't choose. Sometimes you didn't choose to be the strong one. You were assigned that role early. Maybe you were the mature child, the responsible sibling, the emotionally regulated daughter, the one who didn't cause problems, or the one who provided the stability and support for the adults in your life. And so invisibility feels familiar. And when current silence mirrors old neglect, it hurts twice. And that is why this hits deeper than just a simple missed text message. So, why does it hurt? It hurts because your nervous system is physically wired for reciprocity. We're humans, and we desire and crave and need connection. You are biologically designed for co-regulation, to give and receive, to support and be supported, to notice and be noticed. And when that balance tilts too far in one direction, your body begins to feel unsafe. Your nervous system begins to feel unsafe. Not dramatically unsafe, but quietly unsafe. And it looks like this. If I stopped showing up, would anyone come looking for me? That's not insecurity, my friend. That is a longing for mutuality. And mutuality is healthy. And it is fair to expect it. Now, here's the part where I want us to gently shift. Not aggressively, not with a 10-step blueprint, but shift with simple awareness. The first thing I want you to be aware of is to stop silent testing. If you stop texting first just to see who notices, you will almost always end up disappointed. because people operate based on patterns, patterns that they've seen, observed, and participated in. If you've always initiated, they have adapted to that rhythm. So instead of testing silently, express it clearly. That is strength. Number 2, practice visible strength. I'm strong and I need support sometimes. That's what visible strength says. And that sentence does not diminish you, friend. It humanizes you. So I want you to pick one safe person and try this. Say to them, I've been carrying a lot lately. That's it. Not a big speech, not a list to break down, just simple, human, heartfelt truth. And see what happens. Number 3, reduce your own overfunctioning by just 10%. Now, this one is a practical one. Ask yourself, are you always planning, always fixing, always reaching out first, always absorbing the emotional weight? And if so, pull back slightly. Not as a means to punish, but to rebalance the scales. Because if you overfunction long enough, you will eventually begin to resent the very people that you love. And carrying resentment is heavier than even carrying loneliness. Now, Galatians 6:2 says this: share each other's burdens. Notice it says share, not carry everyone else's burdens while yours sit untouched. My friend, even Jesus withdrew, and even Jesus had moments where he needed replenishing. And if the Son of God did not operate in constant availability, neither should you. And Psalm 68:6 says this: God places the lonely in families. If you've been feeling unseen, that ache might be guiding you toward deeper, healthier connections. Not shrinking your strength, but rather expanding your circle. Now, I'm going to do something bold. I am actually going to reach out to that creator and invite her to come on this podcast, because I love seeing younger Black women speaking about healing out loud, just like we do on this podcast. And I think it would be powerful for us to talk about what it means to be the strong one across generations. So I want you to stay tuned for that, and I'll definitely let you know if it comes to fruition, because we might just turn this into a real conversation. So as we get ready to close, I want you to sit with this. Where have I confused strength with silence? Where have I trained people to believe that I don't need support? And what would it look like to be strong and seen? Not strong and invisible, but strong and supported. And if you don't have that right now, please know that that is not condemnation. That is information. And information leads to intention. So if you are the strong friend, if you are the reliable friend, if your phone goes quiet when your heart is loud, know that you are not unimportant and you are not invisible, and you do not have to carry everyone else alone forever. It's not just you. It's not just me. It's us. Well, that's it for today, my friend. I really hope this episode inspired, encouraged, or just plain comforted you. If so, please share it with a friend who might be struggling in her own healing journey. And if you take a moment to leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts, you'll help other women find encouragement through their heartbreak. Remember that God is holding your hand along this journey. And guess what? I'm holding the other. Life is short, so bounce back, Black woman.